Take all the green off. They wanted to give me the dull knife because they were afraid I would cut myself.
Okay, I get to show up a couple times a year, maybe 3 if I'm lucky, at the Jinja Children's Home in Uganda. But every day of the year, never taking a break, never getting a vacation day, never taking a day off, are these 3 women and Joseph Mubia. I want to tell you the story of Harriet, Dada, and Gloria. I'm going to start right here. Dada, or Grandma, as it means in Uganda, has spent her life giving to people like this. There are 50 kids at this orphanage. I have 1 child, and that can be enormously overwhelming at times. You sometimes don't know when she's going to go to bed, when she's going to wake up, how you're going to live your day when you're trying to care for a child. Dada helps Joseph as they care for 50 of them. Every single day, these women wake up, they go out, and they begin the effort. Keep kids fed, clothed, clean, and teach them how to love the Lord. If someone is living at this orphanage in particular, it means their relatives have passed, their parents are no longer able to care for them, meaning they're not alive, they died of disease or accidents. All of these different stories are real. Well, Dada and Harriet and Gloria have given their lives to become mothers to these children, to care for them, to raise them, to invest in them. What I've found is these women are all very quiet. They're reserved. They're not coming rushing over to sit and talk with us. But it's because they're doing everything all day, every day. They're caring for the children. For these ladies, every day pretty much starts the same. Gloria and Dada live right there on site. They have a bedroom in the girls' home, and they wake up, go out, and begin making breakfast. Breakfast is this porridge kind of thing that they boil and they make, and they serve it to the kids every morning before they go to school. Then as soon as breakfast is done, they start cleaning out those big tubs that they cook it in, and on they go to lunch. They begin making all of the posha and beans that they'll eat for lunch, and that's a long process of boiling and creating the food. And while they're doing that, you can watch as they go and they get the laundry. They start scrubbing laundry by hand. The older kids often help with this as they're taught to do that as they grow up and they take their own responsibilities, but for the most part, there's a ton of kids under the age of 6, 7 years old who don't know how to care for themselves. That's where these ladies step in. As evening comes and the kids return from school, then it's time to start dinner. What I think I love the most is watching how these kids respect those ladies as they even get their dinners. Because what they'll do is they'll come up, the ladies and the older kids that are helping serve, they set it all out in the doorway of the kitchen, which you need to know about. The kitchen is basically like a 6x8 room where the smoke just goes straight up and fills the room. And now actually we just had a new stove put in that takes the smoke outside, but it's fires inside of a concrete building with very little ventilation. The smoke can billow and be in your eyes. I remember a moment I was helping them there and it was dumping down rain. We're peeling matoke, which is basically like plantains, and it was just dumping rain. The soot from the ceiling that had been gathered over the years was falling down in our hair and in the food, and we're peeling the food and trying to get stuff ready despite the torrential rain. This is what they deal with every single day, but they continue to do it lovingly. As evening comes, they begin caring for the kids in other ways. Some of these kids are too young to bathe themselves, and so Dada and Harriet and Gloria give them baths. And by baths, I mean they just fill a tub or a bucket with soap and water and a rag, and they clean these kids. They're caring for them and loving them as though they're their own. It's astounding to watch. Watching these women give so much of their lives day after day, week after week, year after year, for little to nothing in return. I recently learned a couple things. Because we don't speak the same language and it's hard to sometimes communicate with them, I have to hear their stories from other people or find a quiet moment while they'll sit and talk to me through a translator. Dada, having cared for Joseph when he was a young child in an orphanage, coming with him now to help care for these ones, she's given pretty much the entirety of her life to caring for these kids. Gloria, I just learned, lost a husband a number of years ago. She's young, in her 30s, but her husband passed away, and so she had nowhere else to be, and she came and started serving alongside these guys. Harriet has some kids of her own, but Harriet also grew up in the same organization, the children's home, as Joseph when he was a child, when they were orphans together growing up. And Harriet, when the orphanage was in transition and Joseph said he'd take it over and Dada came along, Harriet came and said, I'll be a volunteer, I'll be a part of this. And she comes and serves and gives of her life alongside them. Her daughter Abba is so cute and is there alongside her, caring for them and being a part and playing with the kids. To them, it's just her 50 brothers and sisters. It's an incredible treasure to get to watch these women work as they selflessly serve. We want to be able to help care for them alongside of the kids as they give so much of their lives. So when you give on nationsoutreach.org/Jinja, what you're doing is you're helping us push forward this project as a whole. In the beginning, we thought we might need to just raise the support for their food and this and this. What we're seeing now as we go is this is an all-encompassing project that we get the opportunity to be involved in. So when you support, you're helping us care for these women, you're helping us invest in kids, furnish their education, build them a home, provide food and medical care. At every level, we get to be a part alongside these women who are there every single day. Nations Outreach is committed to helping push forward this children's home because these have become kids we love and we care for. Harriet and Dada and Gloria have quickly become like sisters, even though we don't speak the same language. There's such a unity in when we show up and we can all just be together and hang out and spend time. This last year, we had to spend New Year's Eve with them. That was so fun to celebrate an event like that.
It's New Year's, and we gave them some noisemakers. It has not stopped in a really long time.
Watching them sometimes let their guard down and dance and enjoy and have fun and eat cake and just enjoy time together, it makes them seem so real and so just genuine. These are incredible women of God that you need to be a part of helping us support and that you need to know. So I can't wait over the years to hopefully get to dig even deeper and bring you more of their stories. All I have is this footage of them caring for people because that's all they are ever seen doing. It's an honor to serve Jesus alongside people like this as we go into the nations. Thanks for watching.